Well, good morning everyone to all my followers. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. Okay, brief little tidbit and part of my old school education right here. All intact. Now, some update info on the 010 Avail that I have for the front end alignment. Toe in, toe out. I scrolled through on the internet and did actually stumbled across, I looked hard for it diligently, and I found it. The actual toe in on alignment on my Avail, and for other vehicles, check your type of vehicle for specifications. And here it is. I realigned mine toe in from the 1/8 inch down to 10 thousandths. That's as close a tolerance as I can get to 0 from the factory until I decide to take it to the front end alignment shop to get it done. I haven't done that yet. I'm in no big hurry because at 10 or 30 thousandths, that's close enough for me, but I decided to do it. That's where it will go. Well, you do this, I would take your car or vehicle and get it laser higher tech alignment done. But that's the way I am. 30 thousandths to me won't hurt me any, but that's the way I roll. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Okay, now on to the gasoline and race fuel. Hope to keep this focused for you. All this information is what I know and from the internet. Now some cars, especially the made like Corvettes and other American sports cars, or higher output, does use a higher octane rating. And if I remember, my memory serves me correctly, that back in about 1972 that is, they took the lead out of gas, which was a lubricant and an octane booster, which killed the muscle car era. Now, I do run 92, 94 octane in my '08 Pontiac G6 because the motor's been tweaked to do that. Now, on a long trip, I will use a higher octane 891 or 90 up to 94. I can find it on my 010 Avail for long road trips. Not because it runs performance-wise better, very little performance if any, except the Pontiac, that the higher octane also chemical compound-wise helps clean out the fuel system. I don't run it all the time. 2-3 times a year is all I use it. Now I have run Turbo Blue through my 89 S10 on a 4.3 or 262 V6 Pontiacs all the time, and the Avail to clean it out. That's the only reason why I do it that way. So let's go out and take a look at the gas I have to show you, and be right back. Okay, I have all 4 of the fuels that I have used and do use, and this is of the 87 octane. And it goes into increments, as you will see. I've not seen any in between ratings. And my shop, always work in process. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. Race fuel's coming up next. Turbo Blue 110 octane. Now none of this gas has lead in it. Back in the day when I raced, late 70s, early 80s, the lead was gone. We had to figure out, tweak, and test and tune at the local racetrack. Now that's all it said to itself is on race fuel. This is just one type and brand of. There's of course Turbo Blue, there's Cam2, there's I think the Purple Dragon, which looks purple, the VP fuel, which VP stands for volatile products, and yeah, it's touchy. Now that's all for the race fuel. I don't have any of the other, sorry. Now, bear with me here. The 87 and the 89. 87 to the left, 89 to the right. Now you see the color difference. That's chemical compound. I'm not a scientist at this. We did mix some fuel back in the day, and with some success. Now, if I can get all this to fit on my MIDI metal table here on the vise, to give you a look at it this way. Here's the 93. There's not a whole lot of color difference. Now see, back today when it had lead in it, all this gas was a light purplish color. You could smell the octane in it. It was some good stuff. But lead does cause health issues. So they took the lead out. I understand why, but it killed the muscle cars. That's the reason why they come up with the alternative on race fuel, still with no lead. Okay, now, back in the day, we would take the highest octane rating gas, the second highest octane rating gas, and take 3/4 regular gas, because back in the day there was only two types of gas, regular and premium, versus regular plus and premium, and several grades of premium and no lead. But the two grades back in the day to 70, mid-late 70s, back into the 60s, two grades of gas. But what we do back in the day, we take the gas, we take premium for example, which was the highest octane, was 98 to 110 pump gas. We take 3/4 of that in a 5-gallon container and put 4 gallon of that in the container and 1 gallon in another container. And you're going to look up on the internet and look up the chemical compound, how much to use, and you have to use it all, and be careful how you do this. We would take, I'm trying to remember how to pronounce the word. Begins with a T. I'm at a loss for the name of the, well, it's mothballs actually. we crush up, one to tweak it, add more to it in a single gallon of gas, let it sit overnight, mix it with the other 4 gallon, and use it. We'd actually put mothballs in the tank. Well, not in the tank itself, but we'd have to dilute it. It only dilutes so much, so you have to run it through the system and then run your gas without the mothballs, because the chemical compound, the acidic compound in the mothballs is also in gas, but you just increase that because it sparks easier, but it sparks harder, hotter, and quicker, and a better burn. Well, what amount is in the gas naturally or normally added to it, you just add more of it. But run all that out of the system and run your regular or premium gas through your system to flush that out. You don't want to leave it in there. We only did this basically a little bit on the street back in the day and at the racetrack. Do not, I repeat, do not do this with modern day cars. Not good. Repeat, do not do this with today's vehicles. Not responsible for this, but that's what we done back in the day to help us get more performance on our race cars at the track. Period. Exclamation point. So if you try this, it's all on you, because it can mess one up real quick. If you don't know what you're doing and how to do it, leave it alone. It's just information of what we done back in the day. 60s, 70s, and that was it. Propylene, I think, is the name of the chemical in mothballs and in gas that you're after. So this is just information, that's all. So on that note, I believe that's all for now, and that's the gas and the colors. So y'all be safe, stay healthy, no mothballs. Ask the older generation about this, they'll tell you the same. So on that note, once again, be healthy, be safe, keep the wrenches turning. Thanks for tuning in, and more new videos to come before it gets too cold of weather, and all my videos will stop until, more likely till next May, Memorial Day, to do the more car shows and swap meets. The Maniacal S10 is at a complete standstill right now. Not forgotten about, but it's at a standstill. I got other priorities to take care of. So on that note, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Maniacal S10 shop and garage saying have a great day and be blessed. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Bye.